So many times these ionization alarms are failing in people.
Welcome back, everyone. It is 8:23. Change your clocks and change your batteries. That's what you need to do when the time changes. Mike Rubino and John DeMardo are here to tell us why such a thing is important to remember. And we've got a display out here to give you an idea. And we were just talking about these. This is the smoke detector most people will have in their home, but it's not always maybe the best thing.
That's correct. So many times these ionization alarms are failing in people's homes. So it's time to, as you change your clock, change your battery, it's time to change the alarm to a photoelectric type smoke alarm for better protection.
I mean, that's better than nothing, but like you said, these really, I mean, in tests, these will really pick up a lot quicker than that one will.
In a more timely fashion to give you a larger escape time for you and your loved ones to get out.
Now, how important is placement with these two? Because a lot of people will say, oh, I'll just stick one up in there, but you need to have them in certain spots. How important is placement?
Placement is very important. In fact, you really want to have a smoke alarm, at least one on every level of your home, including a basement. You want to have one outside the common sleeping area and one inside every sleeping room.
And make sure that the alarms are loud so people, because a lot of people will just ignore them. You know, if it goes off with cooking and stuff like that, they just ignore it. But you got to make sure that at least someone pays attention when you hear that alarm go off.
Without a doubt. You don't have a lot of time. That's a common thing that we hear. I never thought it would happen so fast.
Sure.
I never thought it would happen to me. When it happens quickly. You have to have that plan. Practice that plan with you and your family structure. Have that plan, practice it, and if the event does take place in your home, you're more likely to get out in a safe fashion. And
like you said, practice, practice, practice. Now, you were telling me, and you use an analogy when you talk to schools about sports teams. I mean, and it really applies with fire as well.
It does, absolutely. You know, you have to practice. If you're playing a musical instrument, you practice to get better. If you're playing sports, you practice so you can improve. Same thing with a fire escape plan at home. You should practice it so that you can act and respond without really thinking too much about it.
And the thing is that when you have that plan down, you know, even though you have the plan, you need to make sure that everybody knows who's in it. That's a big key of it, that you know, if you guys are trying to get out of the house, that you go out the back door, you go out the front door, and you have to meet place. I mean, that's always an important part.
It's so critical to communicate between the man and woman in the house, or whatever the family structure is, especially when you have little kids. So you know that we don't leave any child behind. You get them out, get out to your meeting place, account for heads, and then call 911 from a safe location.
And this is also a time we talk about smoke detectors, but the CO detector is also very important too, especially in an area here where you still might have to cut that furnace on even in April in this area too. So you need to make sure the batteries are in that CO detector as well.
You do, and you should test that periodically as well. You know, give the button on it a push once a month, make sure it's working. You want to make sure that you have your carbon monoxide alarm in the proper location as well. And if you should really have one on every level. That's best protection. But if you're only going to install one carbon monoxide alarm, it should be somewhere in the area where you sleep so you can hear it at night, because that's when you're the most vulnerable.
And the bell always signals. We've got to make sure that we check these, but also this is also a good time to make sure that your fire extinguisher is up to code and ready to go too.
Exactly. You could just quickly check it by looking at the gauge. As long as that little yellow arrow is in the green zone, that extinguisher is ready for you in the event of a fire.
All right, good deal. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. And, of course, if you need any fire prevention tips, go to our website, fox8.com. That'll put you in touch with these guys. Also, you know, check with your local fire department, too. If you need a smoke detector or something like that, a lot of departments have those things for free, so it's always good to check with them. Time now is 8:27. Still ahead. Stay with us. More to come right after.